Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Miguel back again with another video, and today we have iOS 16 on our hands. It has officially been launched. We had iOS 16 for a little bit before, but it was mostly a beta version. We now have it officially from Apple. We have the public version in hand, so I went ahead and installed it, and I want to do a video about the top features that I think are going to be used by most of us. I could do a 2-hour long video about the features of iOS 16. There's so many features, but I'm going to discuss maybe the 5, 6, 7 different or top features that iOS 16 currently has, and the ones that will be mostly useful. So feature number 1 is going to be the most prominent one which we have, which is going to be the changing of the home screen and the wallpaper on your iOS devices. Apple has had a history of not allowing you to customize wallpapers. This is the first time ever that Apple has allowed us to actually customize wallpapers, and especially the lock screen. The font for the time has pretty much been the same ever since the, I believe, first iPhone came out. So we now have the option for the first time ever to actually change a lot of the features on the home screen. So if you long press on the home screen, and this kind of reminds me of the options that you have on the watch faces. So you can actually swipe left or right and just change different, you can add different wallpapers and different features if you want. So you have around 8 different fonts that you can change from, and then you have thousands of colors that you can change. And if you don't have a color that's available here, you can just simply create your own. You can also actually add widgets over here. So if you select this, there's a ton of widgets that you can choose from. So if you want your battery settings, your alarm settings, world clock, whatever you want, you can actually select different widgets and just customize them according to your likes. Apart from that, there are a ton of other preset wallpapers that you can choose from Apple, or you can either choose your own photos, or there's different colors here, emojis, whatever you want. Literally, there's so much options that you can choose from. You can create them, you can customize them according to your liking and add those as a wallpaper. Feature number 2 is not really a very big feature, but it is something that a lot of us have been wondering for a long time, and that is going to be with the battery percentage. So right now, you can't really see the battery percentage. You actually have to swipe down to see what the battery percentage is on your iPhone. It's not a default feature on the home screen, but now finally with iOS 16, you have the option of actually turning this on or off. So I saw a lot of feedback from people where they actually didn't like it for some reason. So you do have the option to turn it off or on. It's not a feature that's going to be there permanently. So you simply have to go to your battery settings, and you can just simply toggle on or off the settings from here, and it will allow you to either show the battery percentage or remove it altogether, really depending on what you like. Option number 3 has to do with the text messages. Now, I have to be clear here, these features that I'm about to tell you regarding the messages and text are only applicable for iMessage. This is a feature that's within the Apple ecosystem. You can't expect your carrier to actually, do these things. I don't think we're at that level yet. So these only apply to iMessages. So I would recommend you not to go crazy on this and start messaging people weird stuff to see how this works. So one of the features that we have is going to be unread a message. Let's say that you haven't responded to a text for a long time, and you forgot, or for whatever reason, you know that you're going to get in trouble for not responding back. You can simply swipe to the right, click on it, and now that blue dot is gonna show that that's an unread message. And on the other side, it's also going to show as an unread message. You also have the option to undo it. You have both options. Another way to do it is actually long pressing on the message and actually just marking it as unread as well. Another feature that we have in regards to messaging is going to be the unsend and the edit feature. So this is something that has been long awaited. This is the first time that we've seen this in iOS. The option to actually unsend or actually edit text. So let's say you send something to someone and you want to delete that. You simply have to click on it. There's an option to unsend it, and you have 2 minutes of time to actually do this. One more thing to keep in mind is that you have to have iOS 16 on both the sender's and the receiver's phone. If you have iOS 16 on your phone and the receiver does not have iOS 16 on their phone, it's not going to work. So whatever crazy text you sent, they're going to see it, and even though it's going to show as deleted on your end, it's gonna, you can see here that you unsent a message. They may still see the message on devices where the software hasn't been updated. So this kind of tells you that you have to have iOS 16 on both of the devices for this to work. The next feature is going to be editing a text. Now, when it comes to editing a text, you also have to keep in mind that this is also only going to work if you have iOS 16 on both devices, and you only have 15 minutes to actually edit the text. So once you edit it, the next person will actually be able to see the original message and the one that you sent afterwards. So it's not going to hide or delete the previous edited message. It's going to send that, but it's going to show as an edited, and it's going to show the actual message right underneath that. Feature number 5 has to do with your photography or your photos. So iOS 16 actually introduced a feature this time where you can isolate or you can completely remove the background of a picture. So let's say we go ahead and select a picture. Once you click on it, it's gonna kind of play this animation, and it's gonna show you the outline of the picture, and you simply have to press copy and then go ahead and send the picture. You can actually send this anywhere that allows you to paste a picture. So for example, if you want to send it as a text, you can. If you want to send it through WhatsApp, you can. If you want to attach it to an email, you can. So anywhere that it allows you to paste it, it's gonna send that picture. And it actually does a pretty good job of it. I did notice that you have to have a pretty distinct background, or you can say a distinct image. If you have two images close together or two objects that are right next to each other, it's gonna pick both of them up. So you have to have a really distinct background. It actually works really good with portrait photos. So if you're into portrait photography or you have a lot of portraits, it will work really well with that. Now, the next feature has to do with your medications and your reminders. So this time, iOS 16 allows you to turn on a reminder for your medication. And it's a really, I think, good feature, especially for people like me that are always forgetting to take their medications. What you can do is you can actually scan the picture of your medicine, or you can simply just add it here manually. So you have to select the medicine. You can either type the name. It's going to ask you what type of medicine it is. Is it a pill? Is it a capsule? It's going to ask you for the milligrams. So it's going to ask you what potency it has, and then you have the option to actually choose a schedule. So if your doctor advised you to take this medication for the next, let's say 3 days, you can select 3 days, and then it's going to ask you for a specific time. And for the next 3 days, at that specific time, you will receive a notification where it will remind you to take your medicine. I think it's a really neat feature, especially again for people that either elderly people that are forgetting to take their medications, or people who just have a really busy schedule and they're busy all the time. And apart from this, there's one more feature that I cannot show you right now. It actually requires iOS 16 and also Mac OS Ventura, and that is going to be the webcam feature, where now you can turn on your back camera on your iPhone and turn it into a webcam. So as a lot of you know, the webcams on your laptops, on Macs, they're not really that good. This is the M1, so this is only a 720p front webcam. The new M2 just upgraded to 1080p, so we're just at 1080 right now with the maximum resolution. So what you can do is you can actually turn on your back camera into a webcam, and the resolution that you can shoot with your iPhone is what you're going to use as your webcam. So for example, you can shoot in 4K, 1080p, 60 FPS, whatever you want to do. You have the option to do all that with your back camera. You actually have to have a specific mount that actually comes here, that's actually attached to your laptop, which I don't have right now, which is why I can't show you guys. Talking about cameras, there's another feature which really just feels like magic. It's insane how they did it, and maybe you guys have seen this already. This is the top-down shot feature that you're allowed to do with your phone. So just exactly like the way your phone mounts here with that specific phone holder. And even though the camera of the iPhone is shooting right in front of me, it's gonna give you a top-down image just like you see here on this camera. So it's kind of insane of how they did that. And again, you can use that for any specific reason. If you want to, if you're making videos where you need a top-down shot, it's a really good, useful feature for that. And you can just imagine the computational effort that went behind that and the coding that went behind that. So another really cool feature, it's not perfected. There were some flaws here and there. So if you have a specific surface or a flat surface, I think there's a little bit of a distortion on that. But otherwise, if you want to show something just simply lying down on your table, it does a really good job of that. And again, as I mentioned, there's so many other features that I can really do a 2-hour long video discussing what iOS 16 actually has. And that brings me to the point where a lot of people this time were kind of disappointed when they said that Apple didn't really introduce a lot with the new iPhones, and I kind of agree with that. But there was a lot of internal changes this time where Apple really you worked on a lot of features, the dynamic island, the camera, the chip, and also iOS 16. So yeah, guys, there you have it. That was just a quick video kind of introducing some of the top features that I personally liked and some of the features that I think will be used really frequently on a daily basis. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye.